Welcome back. It is Steph here from stephjking.com, coming to you from beautiful Brisbane, Australia. And a few weeks ago, I was mentioning in my videos that as of January 2019, I would be getting back into my Minimalism series and going through my house and completely decluttering. And that's what I'm doing. We are finally here. I'm super pumped. I hope you're excited. I'm pumping myself up because last year I did start the series. I actually cleaned out my clothes in my wardrobe and jewelry and bags and all sorts of stuff, and also my ensuite. So I will leave links to those videos below for you to go check out as well. And then I kind of lost motivation. I just kept looking at the areas that I wanted to declutter, and I was just like, oh my gosh, it's gonna take me ages. So starting fresh, going full force in, and we are starting with books. So we are going to go through all my books. Well, I mean me. You can come along on the journey, but you don't actually have to physically do it. And it kind of comes at a good timing because I know heaps of people are out there watching the new Netflix series Tidying Up with Marie Kondo, and she is a beautiful, lovely lady that absolutely loves decluttering and mess. And you may have heard of the Konmari Method. And I guess I'll probably be using somewhat of that method on how I do things and the areas that I'm going to do in what order. But I'm going to keep it flexible so I can make sure that obviously it applies to my personal circumstances. But we are going to get straight into it, and the first thing we're going to do is take all of these books out of my bookcase and we are going to go put them onto the dining table. Okay, I've finished getting all the books out of the bookcase. This is everything at the moment. And I know there's a couple of books upstairs, and I've got a couple of other recipe books that I'm gonna grab and I'm gonna add to the pile. All right, so I now have officially every book, I'm pretty sure, in my house out on my dining table. And the first thing I realized was removing the books from where they normally kept out to a different area and putting them all together makes you realize just how much you really have. That is a lot for me. So that's really interesting. And I really noticed that the KonMari style is to do that, is to remove it from the space that it's normally stored in and to kind of put it all in its one area for you to really grasp the concept of just how much stuff you really have. So lesson learned already, which is really great. I'm only like 5-10 minutes into this. So what I'm now gonna do is, I'll admit, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed with the amount of books, but I think I just need to sit down and go through each one and just hold it like they say and just feel as if there's emotion, like if there's joy to it, just have a feel for it. And it's going to be really interesting because there's a lot of books in here that I've purchased that I actually haven't read. So yeah, we'll see how the process goes. Let's get started. I've sorted through the books. I have my definites that I just knew straight away the moment I picked them up that I wanted to keep them. I also have some, I don't know, I kind of want to sit down and read them to figure out if I've actually read them or not yet. And then I've got a pile that I actually haven't read that I need to look at to see if I feel like I want to keep them. And then I've got my no pile. And then I have a pile which I'm pretty sure I have borrowed from other people, and I'm so sorry if I have, and I never returned that book to you because I still got it. Sorry. So what I just did with all the books that I was either haven't read or I was unsure about was I just read the back of the book to get an idea of what it was going to be about. And then I looked for things that may have resonated with me or I felt a connection to. Some was an immediate, yep, I could definitely read this. This is something I'm interested in. And I would move it to the definite pile or the yes pile. And then some may not have connected with me as much. So I just flicked through a few of the pages to get an idea of the types of things that they were talking about. If there was something that I was like read, like one was all about NLP and I was like, yes, I definitely want to learn more about that this year. So I moved that to the yes pile. Other ones, there were things in there which I've already got like a sense of belief on that type of thing. And I wasn't really connected to what they were talking about. So I just moved it to the no pile because I figured if I don't feel a connection to this book, I can give it to someone else. And I'm sure I have the faith that it will land in the hands of someone that truly wants to read it and they feel way more of a connection to that book than what I do. So I now have all my yes books. I have my no books. I've got the books that I need to return to people if I can remember who I borrowed them off of. And then I've also moved all of Tom's books out and I'm going to get him to have a look at those when he gets home later and he can decide what he wants to do with them. So now I think it's just a matter of boxing up the ones that I'm going to donate and restacking the ones that I'm going to keep back into the bookcase. I am maybe considering going through the yes pile just one more time to make sure that I feel a full connection to each book because I don't want to keep something that's just going to sit in my bookcase and I'm never going to read. So I think I might do that. I want to make sure it's a hard yes, not just a, yeah, I could read that. So yeah, I might do that. Okay, so I did end up putting another one or two into the no pile. So this is what I've ended up with, just this pile here. And Tom also went through his books and selected the ones he wanted to keep as well. So now it's all about putting them back in the bookcase. All right, I have completely finished up now. All the books are back in the bookcase. I have some more room in there, so I think I'll have to like do a bit of decorating or something. I don't know. I don't have that much decor items around the house, but we will see. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment below and let me know as well. And if this is something that is of interest to you, then make sure you hit that notification bell because my next one is going to be all about paperwork and notebooks and just decluttering through that whole mess as well. If you haven't already, then I would love it if you did subscribe. Would love for you to be part of the family. I will leave a link for you here. And until my next decluttering minimalism video goes live, I will leave another couple of other videos on this side for you to check out that you may be interested in. Take care and I will see you in the next video. Bye.